draw. Hard to admit that I used to draw. Portraiture in a human form. Doodle of a two-headed unicorn. It was soothing. Moving his arm in a fusion of man-made tools and a muse from beyond. Even if it went beautifully wrong, it was tangible truth for a youth to refuse to belong. No name nuisance. Who's in a bedroom? Who's in a brand new cuneiform? Barely commune with the horde. Got a whole grayscale ungluing his world. In this graphite, cross contour, a little bit of backlight, black ink after a Bristol to baptize. You can imagine a rush of them too when you get 3 dimensions stuffed in a 2, then it's off to a school where it's
Thank you. Booth, we are set for a spectacular draft champions matchup and some spectacular talent on your screen right now. Let's not waste any more time. Let's get down to the field for kickoff. Two teams here amped and ready for football, and off we go in week 2 of draft champions. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll probably wish he reconsidered.
You thought that I would lay down and die. Whoa, no. In my cup all night long. Will your tongue at my throne of power? Oh, no. I never for a second thought that I was dead. Oh, no. I never for a second let you into my head. Oh, no. I'll take a power.
Oh, a tough decision on their hands now. 2 words here. Difference, maker. That's what that pick right there is. And this is a big piece of the puzzle right here. Maybe a no-brainer, but a great pick regardless. Boy, the skills just leap out at you with this guy. He will be a very important part of this ball club.
I would lose my mind. Oh, no.
These middle rounds are where your decisions can really impact your team. Because if you pass on... Yeah, I think they got the best player there, and they got a guy that fills a big need, so that's an excellent choice.
Oh, yeah. I'm going crazy to get out of this.
Tough call here. What to do here? Build up the interior of your line or get that skilled player to add another weapon? Still some big holes remaining to be filled. Here's where you may have to go after a lower-rated player just to make sure you get coverage in all areas. And now is where you need to make these last picks count. Time to fill any holes you can before it's too late. Always a tough decision, offense or defense. It's all about finding the right balance when you're putting a team together. Boy, it's finger crossing time now. With the end in sight and a few more holes to fill, you've got to be hoping that there's still a gem or two that becomes available. It's the age-old question on draft day. What's the bigger need, offense or defense? And with time running short, you've got to hope some guys fall into your lap, or you could be left with some real holes on your roster. Boy, it's finger crossing time now. With the end in sight and a few more holes to fill, you've got to be hoping that there's still a gem or two that becomes available.
Just a bunch of poor boys, daddy's girls, children of the cornfield, trying to turn a shift job into a dollar bill. We wear the muddy boots, stay true to how we're raised. Ain't nothing about us fake. You know we're straight out of that dirty south, dirty roads. Nobody got no money, got them signed up pickup trucks, whistling at them from the country. Yes, sir. You know we're straight out of that long week working now. Everybody wanna party all night long, bonfire on the back 40 in the middle of nowhere. Nobody going home tonight till we're straight out of moonlight, straight out of moonlight. Yeah. Just a bunch of John Deere junkies getting funky to some old hang. Nothing been stuck in the mud that we can't hook up to a rusty chain in the sun or in the rain. It's the kind of thing, you know we're straight out of that dirty south, dirty roads. Nobody.
All right, Larry, thank you. It is indeed time for a draft champions matchup and what is set to be a great draft champions matchup. In the booth, I'm Brandon Gaudin with Charles Davis, and these guys should have a huge impact on the outcome of this game. They're ready to roll. We're ready to roll. Let's roll. And it's the birth of a new club as we're underway in draft champions. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Mariota on first down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Past the 20. Touchdown, New Orleans. Adam Thielen, 73 yards. And the Saints have taken the early lead. Well, that's how they envisioned it, get the football to start the game and score it.
And I don't know if that was scripted. Was it an audible? Or was it just a play call that they had in their pocket? No matter what, they had the right call on against the right defense, and they end up in the end zone.
The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. They'll run. This is Melvin Gordon. And he'll find some space up to about the 25. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. To throw on second down is gone. And a first hookup with his all-pro tight end, Rob Gronkowski. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught and you don't give up much run after the catch.
The Pro Bowler Odell Beckham, the intended receiver. That'll bring up second down.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion, and both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
Now, that play will end up on the highlights, and you'll see it all over the place. But what you won't see, the offensive line that bought the extra time, that allowed for the big completion downfield, those guys made that play possible.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Now, that's the type of play that'll fire up the defense. Hold them to 1 yard on a first down run. It'll be interesting to see if the offense decides to press the run at all, or if they'll abandon it now after gaining only 1 on that play.
No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. Now gone. Nice job there defensively to clamp down, because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on 1 run. This drive is going pretty well. I could come right back at them.
Melvin Gordon unable to push his way forward. And the Saints will have the football back. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. And following that long touchdown pass, a 1-play drive last time, we'll see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. I mean, that's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving them the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
So incomplete on first. Let's see what second down has in store.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. 3rd down here for the offense after the incomplete pass. They'll come out in the pistol. On 3rd down, Mariota. And he's got a man open. That's Marshall. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Mariota now to throw on 1st down. Looking left side, and it's complete. 30 yards on the pickup there. And that leads to a New Orleans 1st down.
There will always be a place chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays. That's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
Complete here to the right to Bolden. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
There's a completion to the tight end, and I think that we're looking at something out of central casting, frankly.
Absolutely.
I mean,
size, the hands.
Speed. I mean, can flat out run. You put that whole package together, you light up the eyes of an offensive coordinator, don't you?
Now Mariota looking for Marshall, but it's intercepted. Terrence Newman with a pick. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach, because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. Here's Gone. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And now the Saints are going to take a timeout on defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. The Saints with an extra defensive back here on third on the field.
Could they blitz?
This is Gordon on the dump off. It'll be a gain of 8 yards. Well, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. Now this is incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Saints are going to get it back and in great shape. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. Looked like they had something going last drive. Then the interception happened. Will they recover?
The memory they need to keep with them is that they did have something going. They were moving the ball on offense, had a nice sequence going. Don't worry about the other part. You can't get that back. Let's go back to what you were doing well before.
I thought you were going to say they need to have no memory, but remember the good part, forget the bad.
I like that even better.
Throwing, Mariota. And his throw is going to be incomplete. They were trying to go to Marshall that time, and that'll bring up second down.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
Throwing again, Mariota on 2nd and 10. And his pass, incomplete. That one intended for Anquan Bolden, and it's 3rd down.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. On 3rd down, they'll run it with Gurley. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down. And a tough ask here. They're going to go for it on 4th down and 9. Now Mariota on 4th down. And it is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Packers D comes up with a big stop. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to get a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say maybe makes that offense feel good, but when you know you've got a defense making stands like that. Yeah,
that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball.
And they'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down. I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. Gone.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is a touchdown, Packers. Brandon Cooks, 66 yards. And the Packers have drawn even here with the extra point to come. Good pass, clean catch, and a house call there on the fly route.
And not that much room to operate. So that tells you about his acceleration. We always talk about being able to go from 0 to 60 real fast. It took him less time than that to get the top speed and complete that play.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And some good coverage there by the kick team as they'll bring him down at the 16-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. Brief break in the action here. We're back to New Orleans after this. Again, we'll see the pistol here. On 1st and 10, here's Mariota. Throwing right, and that's complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
First down and 10 now for the offensive group. Play clock down to 2, and we get a signal and a timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. First down, Mariota. Over the middle, and it's caught. Brandon Marshall. 19 yards that time for number 19.
And those first downs do add up. The offense keeps the ball moving downfield and keeps their defense on the bench, giving them a chance to rest.
Another pistol look here. A first down throw for Mariota. Going right side here, and that's complete. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line.
This offense is in rhythm now, just accumulating first downs and moving the ball downfield.
From the red zone now, Mariota. And his throw's going to be incomplete. They were looking for Marshall that time, and now it's second down. On second down, Mariota again. Shreds the tackle. It's caught. Left side, Bolden. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough,
and he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. Anquan Bolden from 17 yards out. And once again, the Saints are back out in front.
And while that touchdown does not give them an insurmountable lead, it's still a lead, and that always feels good to a team.
They'd love to take that into the lockers, but a little time left on that clock, so some work to do.
I like that. I like how you're guarding against a letdown there.
Marty looking forward.
Coaching them up from right up here in the booth.
Excellent return as he's all the way down inside the 25-yard line. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And where the ball is now, you got the field goal pretty much in the bag. Now do you try for the end zone a couple of times?
I don't think there's any question about it. You might get a gift.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. On first and 10, Goff. This will be caught at about the 5. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So as they take it over, we step aside. So with 1 set. Now hang on here. Timeout called by the defense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. And Santos able to put this one up and through. It's good, but there is a penalty marker down. They might be forced to try this one again. So we have reached halftime with the visiting Saints out on top as we send you over to our headquarters in Orlando, where we check in with Larry Ridley for our EA Sports Halftime Report. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting to set.
Looking for Cooks, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Eric Reed.
Partner, when you're playing cover 2, this is like a tag team for the safeties. Each of them gets a half-field responsibility. Their job, stay as deep as the deepest receiver in any zone, read the football, and go make a play. In this case, the free safety made the best play, an interception.
Following the interception here, Mariota. And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Adam Thielen, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Saints take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash in for 6. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Tyreek Hill on the return. Now trotting out there, the Packers getting ready to go. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
And they're going to speed things up here. On second down, here's Goff. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down. Incomplete pass on second down. Let's see what the offense draws up here on third. Throwing on third. Goff. Quickly to Gronkowski. That's caught. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up fourth down. NFL teams last year a little under 50% on fourth down conversions. This is a bit tougher. 4th and 4. Now Goff. He gets it into the hands of Gronkowski. Complete. It's a 4-yard pickup. And on fourth down, they're able to convert and move the sticks. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. Now gone. And this is going to be incomplete. Looking for his all-pro tight end, Rob Gronkowski. And that'll bring up second down.
Well, partner, so much for the mismatch. How about the guy at the second level, that big linebacker, able to run with the receiver and make a play on the football?
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. They'll call it luck or skill, whatever the case is. They're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill, but the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you retain possession, that's all you're looking for. And another thing that makes the comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. Nice chunky yardage picked up there.
So the offense has it 1st and 10. I don't know if I agree with that. I guess they don't care if I agree with that. But, boy, you have to be surprised by that, right?
I definitely was surprised that they decided to go for it in this situation. But they must have either felt like they either had a great play call on or they're trying to show extreme confidence.
And he's certainly not a guy that drops that football very often.
Indeed, because that's a bit of a surprise. I know he's in the middle of some traffic and people, bodies all around him, but he usually has the focus to haul that one in.
They complete it to Hill. 4 yards on the completion. And
it's just a dart throw. You know, a lot of people said, he's perfect for the West Coast offense. He can push it downfield. He has a good arm.
He was hit Melvin Gordon there. And it's second down. Well, he just threw an inner drive.
Even in today's NFL, when we think of the tight end position now as really a glorified wide receiver, we're still asking a lot of those guys. They have to block as well, and every now and then they don't come down with the football.
Still just